Hello my dear students, today we shall learn about the composition of population as from a topic from a chapter, population dynamics. This is towards the end of the chapter that we will be discussing the composition of population. So what is a composition? Composition means the population, what it is made up of. So usually we call it either a male or a female. Composition is considered to be a very important part of social environment which helps us in putting a framework against which the health status and the behavior of the population can be interpreted. In other words, it becomes very easier with composition for us to understand the number of male population, the number of female populations, or it also helps us to understand the age groups at various group of either of the sex, that is male or female, the gender group. So this is the reason why the important elements in discussing the composition of population is age, sex ratio, population pyramid, rural-urban divide, and literacy level. So first let's discuss age. What is age? Generally whenever we talk about age, we say it's a number that defines the years that a person has lived on this earth surface. So it may be 15, it may be 60, or it may be 80, and so on. And it is considered to be an important part of the population composition. The age group is further divided into three categories, or in fact you can say that the age is divided into three subgroups as of we see children, adults, and aged population. Children's, it is between 0 to 14 years who are mostly dependent, that means they do not work and does not act to any of the economic activities, while adults aged between 15 to 64 years, and they are quite productive because they are the ones who work and add to the economy of a particular country. Then the third group comes as the aged population, which is 65 and above, 65 years and above, and to them we generally consider the old peoples, usually the retired peoples who are mostly dependent on the young workforce or young population. The next element of population composition is sex ratio. Sex ratio is a ratio between male and female of the total population. It gives us an idea the total number of male and the total number of female in one particular country. In India, the sex ratio is 940 females per 1000 males. That means when we put onto a ratio, for every 1000 males that we count on, the female population is 940. What it gives us an idea is that in India, the female population is less while the male population is more. And this data of 940 is to 1000, that is in ratio, is as per 2011 census carried out in India every 10 years. That is census. It is a process or a part of the government that calculates or that collects the data through surveys related to population or regarding population. Census in India, it takes place after every 10 years. So next on, we come to the topic that is population pyramid. We all know what a pyramid is shaped like. Usually when we see in Egypt, which is very much famous for its pyramids, it is a triangulated shape. And in a similar manner, here the population structure is also represented in that triangular manner, or you can say in a pyramidal structure. So pyramidal structure, it studies the elements of age and sex of population together concerning to different age groups. That means, like I said, on the three age categories that were divided as children's, adults, and old aged group, these very age groups can be categorized to be placed under the pyramidal structure in fact, on the age and sex, that is male and female ratios. Since it represents age and the gender, that is sex, either male or female, so this pyramidal structure is also known as age-sex pyramid. The female population in the pyramidal structure is represented on the right, while on the male structure, they are represented on the left. If the structure of showing this population is triangulated in shape, or population pyramid as we say, if it is triangular in shape, then we consider that the growth of population is quite consistent and there is no much fluctuation. While if we see it is in rectangular shape, then we see that the population growth is quite slow and steady. While the other element is rural-urban divide. Rural means those places which is mostly backward, or you can say where facilities are not much as compared to the urban areas where facilities are quite high and excessive. So what we find with rural-urban divide is, it is nothing but the distribution of population in either rural areas or urban areas. It is very important in understanding because it determines the economy of a place. Moreover, in agricultural area, you will find that the population is mostly in the rural areas than as compared to the urban areas. While in an industrial state or a developed state or a nation, you will mostly find that the population is more concentrated in the urban areas than as compared to the rural areas. The last that comes with the elements of population composition is literacy level. We know what literacy is. In simple word, it means the ability to read and write. You all come to school, so that means you are acquiring education. This very education that you are acquiring gives you the literacy. In fact, you all can be termed as literate because you are acquiring education, because you can read and write. So this literacy level, it helps a lot in population composition. Why? It is because it helps in alleviating ignorance and social backwardness. Most importantly, other than just giving up the alleviating social backwardness, it helps us economically develop. It also helps the society to advance, and then you get to see even the demographic growth is very much affected because of literacy level. In India, if you happen to see India, though it's not a developed state and most of the people reside in rural areas, hence what we find is that near about 287 million adults, considering both male and female, 287 million people in India are illiterate, which accounts to 37% of the total population of the world, total illiterate population of the world. So this is all about the chapter. With this we end the chapter. I hope you all understand the topics very easily, and then you can answer questions even based on these lectures. Thank you all and have a good time.